It has been a hot ass minute since I sat down and talked, so what's up? I just wanted to do a little 2025 recap. I had just watched my 2024 recap from last year. And watching that now, I am seeing, I didn't realize it at the time, I had just gone through the most intense awakening of my life about 2 weeks prior to me making that video. And I spent much of this year processing that and trying to figure out my priorities, which has been really hard because I set myself up to do too many things, too many irons in the fire. And that's my own fault for being ambitious, I guess, but unfortunately, the year did not go the way I had wanted it to. I was hoping to get on task with doing this thing, per my name, Mama Niece, make America magical and musical again. And as the year has progressed, I think I need to change my mission. Because at that point in time, I did not believe that Trump would make it to Inauguration Day. And clearly, I was very, very wrong. And so I had thought, things will start being normal, good and dandy, like world's going to be great, we're going to New Earth. And then Trump is still in office. So having to process that and knowing that, none of the Democrats or Kamalas coming to save us. I spent a lot of time caring for myself and doing things that put me in nature. I did a lot of planting, outside, and gardening, and just learning about that stuff because it has always been something that had interested me. It has been a really great hobby for me to help with my anxiety and when I'm feeling stressed out. But the shit's a lot of maintenance. So it has taken me away from doing some of the other things that I wanted to do. Besides the mom and niece stuff here on TikTok /YouTube/ wherever you're viewing this. Craft stuff, I totally dropped the ball on. It's so annoying. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to set myself up with an expectation and I get disappointed should I miss it again. So we will just leave that as the universe will send me signs. Though actually I did have a friend tag me in a craft vendor event that's in May. So that is something to aim for and a sign from the universe. So I'm going to take that. But anyway, so circling back to my mission, I think I'm going to try to make America mindful again, because that kind of ties in more so with common decency and the political landscape that we have been subjected to these past 10 years with Trump. I have done a lot of protests this year that I wasn't expecting to do, but the amount of hate in my comments on these videos, I hope most of them are bots, but if these are real people, I'm concerned. So I have tried to engage with some people that have had opposing views. It's difficult because we are fighting against a landscape that is constantly filled with Russian disinformation. So people that are not paying attention to what's going on, they hear these things or see these things, and if it fits into what they want to be their narrative, then they just latch onto it, even if it's not factual. So I'm hoping that in between going to protests and whatnot, that I can have conversations with the other side and have them actually be productive and not just running in circles. But it is really hard to challenge a person's core beliefs. I just want to educate and, like I said, make people mindful. And I hope that just putting my perspective out into the world, someone can relate to it And no matter what our political views may be, we are all human beings that bleed the same. We all live on this planet together, and we should be trying to cooperate with each other instead of fighting with each other so we can all have a better life. We are all Americans, and we need to start treating each other that way, me included. It's difficult when you have MAGA family members that block you when you try to share information with them. And it puts a sour taste in your mouth to how all of his supporters tend to act. But much like what I had said in the past year, we have to stop stereotyping each other and judging each other. You know, we are all going through our own battles that no other person on this earth will ever understand. All of us are individuals with our own life experiences, and I hope we can start appreciating all of our different perspectives. So I don't know what to expect for this new year. I don't know what I'll be doing on here on TikTok. I'll be around, but I am just patiently waiting for the big, beautiful obituary. Regardless, though, we will persevere. If I were to suggest a resolution for anyone out there, watch less news. You will be happier for it. I cut it out so much this past year, and it has been phenomenal for my mental health. So I would definitely recommend that, because the more we let this situation take our energy, the longer it will take for things to change. So start directing your energy elsewhere in things that give you joy and make you happy. Just remember that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's self-care. Remember that. Happy New Year, everybody. I'll see y'all next year.